All right. Hello. Hey everyone. Um, I'm Chris. I'm the co-founder and CEO of DFNS. You might not know of us because we're an infrastructure provider. We're a wallet provider, an API first developer tool company. So we like to stay in the shadows and work on infrastructure and security and making sure that people's assets, companies' assets, are safe. So no slides today, no fluff. I wanted to talk about, I would have done it, but I'm tired and yeah, there's been a lot happening this week. So, you know, this is NFT Paris. People are mostly interested in NFTs, and NFTs are mostly, well, we all know this, gaming, shopping, marketing, use cases. And so it's all about the user experience. It's all about the speed at which you onboard your users. I remember talking to the Steppen game, the team in Lisbon, telling me that, you know, they had reached 5 million users, gamers, and all suddenly the onboarding, the user growth, the acquisition dropped, just dropped. Why? Because they had reached kind of the confines of what Web3 savvy users could provide. The pool was empty, and now they had to tap into Web2 users. And obviously, Web2 users like myself, like my mom, or whatever other gamer used to Web2, they go like, "What the fuck is MetaMask? What the fuck is a private key?" Like, and so they had troubles. They had troubles acquiring more, and so it comes down to like, oh, wallets, key security, key management, what is that, etc. Questions and interrogations that, for instance, games. I'm a big believer that games are going to be the driving force for NFTs. Less shopping, no disrespect, but that's my personal opinion. So that brings games and gamers to think about stuff that usually are like the domain of expertise of banks, of CISOs, of compliance officers, etc. So it can be very dissonant from a cognitive standpoint, and we're that, right? We're a wallet provider. We do only that. Our team is made out of we have 30 people across the U.S. and Europe. We have a security research team that totalizes more than 60,000 citations in cryptography and cybersecurity. You might have heard, for the savvy ones, about multi-party computation, zero knowledge proofs, threshold cryptography, all those nice stuff that allow us to approach key security and remove what we call single points of failure, single points of trust, become more attack tolerant, become more fault tolerant, etc., etc., etc. Well, our team invented that in the 90s, basically. They have pioneered this whole domain of cryptography for the past 20 years, and we have been, maybe, I don't know, convincing enough to gather all these fine folks to work on precisely this, creating great wallets and bringing the best SaaS best practices to key management and key security. Now, that's all cool, but sometimes devil is in the details. And you can be good at just securing keys and making sure that the private key is in safety, which we do. But then you have the authentication. Authentication is a whole world. Like it's been around forever, and not all authentication means, and you should know this, and this is the key takeaway of this workshop. Not all the authentication means are equally created. They're not all as safe. Okay. A couple of minutes, hours ago, I can't remember, CoinDesk published an article on our initiative, as we have discovered with our CISO, vulnerability within magic links. So magic links are passwordless email or SMS based passwordless login method, popularized since a couple of years ago. They were supposed to remove all the passwords because passwords are just so annoying to manage, and bingo, just put your email, the button to access the platform is sent to your email or through SMS. You click on that button and bingo, you access as fast as possible the application. You can start play a game, you can start opening a wallet, you can start transacting shit, buy crypto, buy NFTs, etc. Well, the vulnerability we found is it leads to a zero-day attack, which means that our CISO could perform a full user account wallet takeover. So our CISO could send money from that wallet to another wallet without even the user knowing it. That's what we call a zero-day attack. First thing is that we're not a pen testing company, but when customer tells us, oh, please, can we have WAGMI SDKs? Oh, please, can you implement magic links, etc., etc., etc. We do risk assessment. We're an audited company. We're audited by Deloitte. We pour a shit ton of money just to make sure that when SaaSifying this and putting a lot of pressure on our shoulders and saying like, customers, like, we'll take care of the wallet management, we'll take care of it for you. We make sure that this is well done. And this leads us to making sure that we risk assess every component we use. We are super rigorous with the processes of pushing code within our product, etc., etc., etc. And within that risk assessment, while implementing magic links, we discovered the problem. Now, magic links are used across Web3 and also Web2. You have them in many components in many authentication providers, workplaces, CRMs, games, everywhere. So I'm the messenger here. I'm going to just tell you, please activate and or enforce 2FA, two-factor authentication. So example of a two-factor authentication is what you have in your pocket. So what you have, this, and then you have a Google Authenticator app or Microsoft Authenticator app. That's another factor. It can also be your biometrics, a face scan or a fingerprint. That's another factor to allow you to log in. It can be a PIN code. Like banks like to give you a PIN code before you do a wire transfer. So 1347, and then bingo, you log in. That is a 2FA. 2FA would remove the vulnerability I'm talking about on magic links. Of course, disabling magic links would remove the vulnerability within magic links. And OTPs, one-time passwords for developers here, are better than magic links. So please, OTPs, disable magic links if you can, that's even better. And 2FA, enforce it, activate it, do it fast, spread the word. This is a real vulnerability. It's not a marketing stunt. And we don't care even like, we want to protect, we want to stabilize Web3. We want to make sure that this SOAR industry that has been especially soared since November recreates trust, recreates stability, and it will not be done through a lot of people that don't put enough care into building their product in a secure fashion. So that's pretty much it. I don't know if I have anything to add, but I'm totally open for questions. And also, our booth is just in front there. So we have people that can answer to your technical questions as well if you don't have an answer here right now today. Thank you.